Cue lights. Cue logo. Focus. All right. Cue the intro.
Game Waltz.
Game Waltz. Game Waltz. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Game Waltz. I'm RJ Waltz. So my roommate, he downloaded this app recently that I think is kind of interesting. It's just I can't really use it because I don't have friends. It's called Marco Polo. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this thing, but essentially he's using it to, you know, do his traditional like setting up of like 5 ways and whatnot, what have you, because he's a big old lady killer, that guy. But basically how the app works is you instead of like calling people on your phone or whatever, you can record like video footage of yourself, and you just kind of talk into them like like you're having a conversation. But it's basically like a video conference call, but you don't actually have to be. It's not live, so you're just like recording things you're saying, like, you know, you tell them stories, or how your day was, or all the naughty things you want to do, or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to use it for. It's just I don't know. I'm just thinking about it, and yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting, like how far like technology has come just in my lifetime. Like when I was a kid in the 90s, I had a computer that, get this, had had half a gigabyte hard drive. And I'm not talking like half a gig like flash drive, USB stick kind of deal. No, it was that was a hard drive. That was it. That's all it had in there. And like when I was in, God, what was it, like 3rd grade? When I was 10, whatever grade that is, I don't remember like the grades anymore. I'm like almost 30. So when I was a kid, 10 years old, we would go into the computer lab. Oh crap, I found water. Whoa, look how fast I'm going. Oh my god. But I would go play Oregon Trail. Can I get out, please? Can I get out of the water? It's like, I think I can just like legit stand up in that water. It's so, you know. Anyway. So, yeah, we would go into the computer lab, and it was full of Apple IIs. And let me put this into context for you. You know the save icon in Microsoft Word, or whatever word processing software you use? I use LibreOffice, by the way. Open source is the best. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. You know the save icon looks like this weird, like, blue disc sort of deal? Or this disc thing. It's like a weird square or whatever. Those are... What are they? I don't remember what they're called. They're floppy disks, essentially. They're like 8.5. No, that's paper. It's the paper size. It's like 3.5-inch floppy, I think is what they're called. The Apple II computers that we were like using to play Oregon Trail on, which is a really freaking old game, by the way. It's older than I am. Anyway, those games were stored on the older version of that, which is like, like 9-inch, like a 9-inch floppy disk. They were huge. Like they were like twice the size of the hard floppy disk, which I'm sure nobody in the audience has like ever seen because they're really old. I think I have like maybe 2, no way to like see what's even on them. I think this guy will kill me if I don't. Which is pretty safe to say about pretty much every enemy in the game. So how these things worked is that they weren't covered in plastic like the traditional floppy disk were. They were like these weird baby black things that were like super huge and thick and held like 12 megabytes of data. How would you know? You don't know which way the enemy camp is. You don't know shit. No, I don't think thunder works on this thing. So what you would do is there would be this separate, like, external drive that you stuck this thing into, and it was just as big as, it was like a little bit bigger than the disc. Wish I had a map. And oh, come on, floaty freaking controls, man. Give me that stupid ice cream sticker. And what you would do is you'd stick it into the drive, which was, it's kind of a lot like an old CD-ROM drive, except the tray didn't come out. It's just kind of a slot. You just stuck it in. It's like a USB flash drive a little bit, but there was this like knob you had to turn to. God, this is obnoxious. This part of the game sucks. I'm gonna just say that. Screw the sticker, I don't care. I especially don't care now that that's just happened. Grab onto the edge, you fuck. There you go. Came from there. Do I, like, go up? Where do I go? What do I do? I can't fight these guys up here. It's just not gonna happen. I guess this part. Hang on, don't move. Oh, he fell off. I went that way. So, and then I came from there. Just screw off. I'm trying to figure out where to go. Guess I'll go this way. So anyway, you stick the disc in the thing, and there was no way to, like, keep it there, I guess. There was no, like, latch. So there was this, like, knob you had to turn on the outside to, like, lock it in place, so it wouldn't, like, slip out. And the old Apple II had such incredibly exciting games as you're a fish and you swim in the fish area, and then you go up or down in the water, like shallow or deep, and depending on which way you go, you will dodge the thing that was going to eat you. And the otter always ate you, and so did the shark. I think there was a shark. Oh, it's Peter Pan or whatever. So that was like my childhood computer experience, was playing on those old games. Oregon Trail, obviously, I mentioned. So yeah, that was like the thing that I was doing as a kid. And now there's a thing where this giant this computer thing in your pocket, you can literally point it at yourself and record your, like, video footage of yourself in future sci-fi time, and just like talk to somebody literally across the planet in almost real time if you want. And it's still kind of, you could still consider it kind of old school and slow. That's insane. That being said, I'm not nostalgic for Apple II. I think the computer was a big hot pile of garbage, and I wouldn't trade my sweet shiny laptop and my old PS3 for anything, really. Even though this game's freaking old too, and look at this. I'm literally exploring a 3D landscape. I was talking about a game where you literally were just a fish floating in the water. This was like a side-scroller. Is that a monkey? Ow! Oh, my face. And you just moved up or down based on what was heading towards you, and you had to, like, guess and see, like, monkey be dead. And then strike it quick. Yeah. That was the whole game. And then there's this with, like, a full complex story, and I could easily spend like 80 hours playing this game if I want to. It's pure insanity. And I'm not even that old. I'm old enough. Like, when my dad was my age, I was like 5, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not like looking towards retirement or, you know, whatever. I'm 29. It's insane. how much technology is like increased. I think about that shit kind of a lot. Is really, I feel like that finishing move with the lightning, instead of him just doing straight down, God, I'm just gonna transform like 12,000 times against this one monkey. Look how little damage this crap does. God. I'm not saying that Kingdom Hearts enemies have too much HP, but I'm gonna let the results kind of speak for themselves. You know? Is this where I'm supposed to go in the tree? Okay. So yeah, that's just my thing. Is that technology's crazy, and I love it. It's awesome. So yeah, I guess next time on the next episode of Game Waltz, we'll continue the narrative of whatever planet we're on. So subscribe if you want to check it out. Check out my editor methods channel. Link in the description below, I'm sure, maybe, probably. See everybody then. Bye. And we're out. Good job, guys. Super proud of that one. Oh, I hope they like it. Think we'll get any subscribers? Where's my yogurt? I just had it.